It's morning.
Yeah.
It's very windy. We woke up on top of this hill. It's cloudy. It's windy. It might still be raining. I slept from 10, I think, to 6. The clock went off. Dave stayed up till midnight, which was a mistake. Cooking the pancakes and eggs. This is what it looks like outside. Really windy. Not a good day for hiking. Both days. Yesterday we had the snow on April break. We drove in the snow. It started to snow. Now today we got wind and cold. It's 41 degrees outside. You can't see the thermometer. It's 41 degrees outside of it. Cold. So we are at a rest stop somewhere near the Maryland border. I had to stop and pee because I had too much coffee. Dave's playing with this thing. But the trees are blooming here, and all of a sudden we're seeing like greenery. We're starting to see the farms. All of a sudden you're seeing green trees and starting to get to past the Cumberland Valley. It's 81. We did 7 hours yesterday driving. I don't know how close we are to Maryland. So we made it to Keys Gap. We left at 8:30 from Swatara.
11:28.
Made it here at 11:28. So we were about 3 hours. 3 hours, so we were closer to the southern part yesterday. So we got here, it was full. It's a Sunday. A lot of people day hike here, I guess. It's blossoming already. Raspberries already have leaves on it. It's kind of a cool breeze. The forecast for this week, actually our first night now, so there's thunderstorms. And I guess every single day is going to be kind of cool. So Dave's leaving his fleece pants. He thinks he wants them for the whole trip.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
I don't think it's going to stay that way though. Well, I guess maybe it is. I don't know.
It's supposed to stay like
So we're going to try to go southbound. We got to find it. The trail's over there by that kiosk. We remember this from years ago.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm the Appalachian Scenic Trail. That's an interesting sign up there. This. Also states that you get license plates for AT. Maybe I should put my boots on. I'm kind of cold. Keys Gap.
The roller coaster.
There's the mileages.
These are really chilly, actually.
I know, so I'm like, whoa. So this side says, that's Keys Gap. This side says West Virginia. And over here it says, welcome to Virginia. So the trail is actually right on the line in between. I see chives here.
Well, Virginia has an interesting sign, don't they?
I know, Virginia. That's an old thing. Virginia is for lovers. They've always had that as a motto. So it's a little cool. I put my sun shirt on because I thought I'd get warm hiking because it's sunny, but it's windy and cool today. So we texted Trail Boss, our drop-off, that we were at Keys Gap, that we'd be at Blackburn tomorrow. I don't think he texted back. Maybe he's hiking. Yeah. Well, today's a pretty awesome day for hiking, really, because there's no bugs because of the wind. And it's cool temperatures.
Yeah.
There was a down tree right when we started out, but most of the treadway so far looks pretty good. We are climbing slightly. Supposedly there's a tower up here, and then there's David Lesser Shelter at about almost 3 miles. And then there's something called Buzzard Rocks. And then I think another 2 miles is at Blackburn Trail Center.
Hey, where are we?
We're in Virginia.
We're on the Appalachian Trail.
This is our first time on new Appalachian Trail. New Appalachian Trail. Since 2019 when we did North Carolina, some of North Carolina. So we had a trip ruined because of COVID the year after that. And then we haven't tried to get back south again. It was an enormous drive. Drove about 7 hours yesterday and 3 more hours today to Keys Gap, West Virginia. I do see some bugs starting to come out now. So, but we're excited. This is a new piece of AT for us. We've done lots of AT at home over the years, but they're pieces that we always pick to do. Certain pieces we do quite a bit that we've already done. But this is a new piece. Yeah, this is the first flowers I've seen actually all spring, because they're a little bit ahead of us. Actually, I don't know what it is. It looks kind of like bloodroot, but I'm not sure. I don't know if these are, maybe these are called spring beauties. So we've been climbing since we left the car. They think we climbed 200 feet. We're about a mile now. The woods are, pickers are turning green. They're kind of open looking. There's a few down trees over the trail. Somebody has cut a lot of them. As you can see here, there's one like dead, bigger trees that have been cut. A couple of them weren't cut. There's a lot of dead trees on the ground. You can tell you're on a ridge, but you can't see any views. See a few bugs buzzing through, but it's breezy, so that's good. And you can see like this is budding, and there's some purple buds around, and there was a lot of those other flowers that I'm not sure what they are. I did see some chives near the parking lot. There's a lot of bigger trees that were cut. Trail's pretty smooth sailing. It does go up, but no rocks really in it, which is good. So we don't know what the roller coaster would look like for tomorrow, because it starts south of here. Blackburn Trail Center to Front Royal is the roller coaster. You can see there's lots of clumps of pickers. A lot of pickers around here. So the big campsite here, stealth site, fire pit, some daffodils over there. I saw some daffodils next to the trail, so somehow they got planted here. But that's a nice stealth site. No water here though. Starting to see a little bit of budding on the trees, a little bit of green. Lots of pickers in this area, and they're tall. They're climbing all over everything.
Look at the ground. Rocks.
No rocks in this part. It would be great if the roller coaster was like this, but I don't know. The pictures I saw of it look rocky.
There's an awful lot of down trees on it.
There's a lot of down dead trees. Here comes another one. But it was real windy this morning. So I seem to be on the top. I climbed quite a bit. I don't see any tower. We seem to be going to be descending, or we're walking a ridge line, but you can see green grass and like some farms down there, and also some new housing. But you can see the green lawns in the valley. You can see we're up pretty high, 1,500. Where is it? Yep, 1,500. We came to a sign. We never saw a tower. Up there, that might be buzzard rocks. I don't know. Actually, I see some buzzards flying around.
Is there buzzard rocks with buzzards flying
I think so. There's turkey vultures. Yes, there's turkey vultures, but I think those could be called buzzards.
Spring.
Spring where? Down here at the shelter?
David Leeser's shelter / spring. So there is springs at the shelter.
Well, there is at this one. We see quite the shelter. There's a deck, covered picnic pavilion at this one. Dave's gonna use the privy. What a shelter. I think I see the outhouse, the privy. I think it is just an outhouse. I see it down there. I think it is.
I think that's the spring.
Well, I don't know. I see something with a cover on it down there. I'm like, is that the toilet? Is it outside? Spring .25 campground.
Oh, the map's kind of bizarre.
I think that's just the map of the shelter area. Quite a shelter. Look at this, it's got one of those swings like that other shelter we saw in Maryland.
Oh, there's a privy.
There's a privy down there. I'll have to go get a picture of the privy. I don't think I've ever seen a shelter with this kind of deck.
Yeah.
Pretty nice. Here's a bear pole. I don't think we've seen one of these before. That you use that to hoist your food bag up there. We saw something in North Carolina, but I don't think it was like this. It's a covered picnic pavilion. A couple people eating lunch in a shelter. This is a privy. It has a nice view, but it looks like an old privy. It doesn't look like a composter. After this nice shelter.
It doesn't go in here.
That's interesting. An old one. You sure you're going to want to use this one?
Mm-hmm. It doesn't have any mulch, though.
No, it's not a composter.
Or is this where the mulch is supposed to go?
I don't think it's a composter.
I think the bag is supposed to be where the mulch goes.
There isn't any mulch. There's a lot of toilet paper out here. So that's the covered picnic table. Looking towards David Lesher's shelter. Dave's trying to put some compost in the bag, even though that's not a composter. Kind of stinks a little. Regular. It's a regular privy. Quite the elaborate campground down here. Never seen picnic tables at a shelter. And then it's got like flat spots for tents and fire pits. So it looks like it's got 4 I can see. There might be more of these things. These flat areas for tent, benches, and fire pits. That's a shelter up there. We didn't know what this thing was. Still don't know what it is. Looks like a box. What a tent site. There's another campsite down there, and the spring is somewhere down there. Absolutely not a clue what this is. Can't possibly be for your food. Maybe it is a bear box. It's got a hook on it. It is a bear box. Oh. It's a bear box for the campsite. What a nice campground. Sites are close together, but I've never seen so many sites with picnic tables. This is the front of the shelter. 2 people that were in it left. There's 2 people eating lunch here. There's a bear pole over there, plus there's another bear box under the shelter. Chained to the cement block. Oh, nope, it's not a bear box. For the maintainer, it's got padlock. I guess shelter, you use the hook over here. I guess you use the hook by the picnic pavilion. Help prevent the stomach bug. Backcountry outbreaks are common. Wash your hands. Proper water and waste treatments. That's this logbook, but it's full. It's full since March. Clean. Nice. gonna eat lunch. There's no maps to tell us how far to Buzzard Rocks, so we're not sure if we're gonna turn around yet. So it's 2 o'clock. We're gonna go till 3 o'clock. There's something south of the shelter called Buzzard Rocks, which you can see the shelter right down there, the green roof, and we're already climbing rocks, but I don't think it was this close to the shelter, so I don't think this is it yet. But we'll see how far we get. It'd be nice if we could get this piece finished from Keys Gap to Blackburn, but I don't know if we could pick some up on the last day.
Check this out. That's a bare mountain.
Oh my God.
Got steps.
My heart's kind of pounding. It's got steps all the way up it. I'm glad I don't have a backpack on. I had to take my coat off. There's not really a view up here. Here's some more of those plants. It's got an unusual leaf on it. I don't know what this is. There's a lot of it around here. Has to be some type of flower of Virginia. I don't recognize it. Don't know what these flowers are, but that's the only thing that was out. I saw violet at the shelter though. There's a pile of rocks. I don't think this is Buzzard Rocks though. I said watch out where you're stepping. There's rattlesnakes and copperheads in West Virginia, Virginia. Oh, there's 4 over there.
See?
There's
the mother.
There's the mother.
1, 2, 3, yep, 4.
Yeah. No one's looking at us. There's always one that's curious. Can't see them, but there's a mother and 3 deer over there. Fawns. 4. Wow. Kind of like that other experience we had that they're real close. I'll probably run away when we get closer.
That's never afraid of us.
I don't know. The guy should be more fearful of that. They got little black tips on their ears. There they go. They stayed quite a while. This is a weird looking area. There's a lot of dead trees up here. Kind of stubby looking. Short trees, a lot of dead trees. Came down, but we're still walking on this ridge. It's getting kind of rockier. Slowing us up a little more. We made good time out of Keys Gap, but the rocks are getting a little more where you stub your toe on them. It's kind of a weird looking area. A lot of dead trees. I don't know if it was gypsy moth or what. We're turning around. It's about 3:15. We're about 2 miles south of the shelter. Dave's putting up some white tape. We don't know where Blackburn is. We see another hill in the distance. We don't know if it's over the top of the next hill or it's down at the bottom, but I think it must be over the next hill. I don't think we're close to it. So hopefully the day we come back from the backpack, day we come back to Blackburn, that we can meet this tape, because then we'll have done the whole piece in here. It's getting cool now. I don't know. I believe these are called May apple. They're not flowering. I don't think they're trilliums. Not doing anything yet. It's the only part in this piece we saw. Most of this piece had like, it's a rocky ridge to our left-hand side. And this piece, Shredway, was pretty good, except for Buzzard Rocks, had the steps up and then some rocks. But there hasn't really been any view. You can see farmland in the distance. Looks a lot like Hamsley Ridge in New York, where you can see farmland in the distance. There's a lot of dead trees. which we think was the emerald ash borer, because they look like they're all ash and they're hollow in the middle. We're back on Buzzard Rocks again, and there's a flowering tree here. Dave said he saw it on the way out. I actually didn't see it on the way out. It's like white flowers. I see a lot of bees on it. And you can see a view in the valley. See all the dead trees. We think it's the emerald ash borer because they're mostly ash. The holes are all in the center. Oh, there's a yellow butterfly. There's a monarch. I just saw one. Dave saw one before. Yeah, he flew by the camera. So it looks like we came off the trail up to the top of a hill, up to these rocks. For some reason they blocked it off. I don't know why. It's not really much of a view. I'm just going to go up on. I don't really think there's... Not really sure why they blocked this off. I mean, obviously this is Buzzard Hill. No. We're back down to Keys Gap. There's a lot of traffic here. It's gonna take a while to get a crossing. Hold on. Okay. Go, 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 go! Speed up! Wow. And that's West Virginia. So there's 2 cars left. Yeah. Except us. It's very noisy on this road, but I don't know how it's going to be tonight. Hopefully it quiets down. I know, I remember when you dropped me off here. I went towards Harper's Ferry. We're back in the camper. It's almost 7:30. Got the sun setting on this side. So, we actually had the window open for a while. It was 72 when we got back tonight in the camper. Pretty warm. The road's pretty busy here. A little nervous about tomorrow because it's supposed to be the start of our backpack. And it might be cold. We're not going to have this comfy camper to go back to. Yeah, I don't know if I really want to spend 4 nights in the woods. So I was recalculating our mileage to see if we can really even do it. It looks like we probably can do the mileage, we think, but still feeling a little bit nervous about the cold. It's morning at Keys Gap. Woke up to cloudy skies. It's kind of coolish. It's supposed to be hail and thunderstorms tonight. So far, trying to pack up to go. Dave's got diarrhea. I think I have to go again. We didn't eat anything unusual. Slept good last night. Hate to leave the camper. You know, we want to do the adventure, but it's really, really hard. It's really hard to leave a warm, dry camper. And I mean, even camping like this is, you know, roughish. And now we're going to get even rougher. Trying to get things in the pack. Trying to clean up the camper, get things ready to go. So we were at Blackburn Trail Center. I have to say that was the worst road I ever drove up on.
We were at a parking lot.
Yeah, well that's Blackburn up there, Trail Center. Trail boss just dropped us off.
Oh, it's still chilly out this morning.
So we're at Front Royal. This is it. So we are leaving Front Royal, Virginia, northbound towards Blackburn Trail Center. We met Trail Boss. He was super nice. Lots of information on the trail. He's been taking care of this area around Blackburn a long time. Really great information. So anyway, the pack feels heavy. Yeah. It's cooler out though, cloudy. Supposed to be thunderstorms tonight. Our first night's away from the camper. Some black flies out. Here we go. So far there's lots of black flies. I think he said they were black flies. You might say they're gnats, but I got my head net on. Hold on, I'm not ready yet. Do you want your head net?
I guess I'll go through this one. Well, maybe I do. Where is it?
Right there in that bag. So we dropped off by this metal fence that says U.S. government. There's a lot of like boarded up buildings. I think maybe when we get higher the gnats won't be as bad. It's greener here than even Keys Gap. There's these unusual plants here. We saw a little of that yesterday. There's no breeze today really. It's pretty buggy down here.
Yeah.
I think I already got some in my hair. I feel like I'm getting bad. Local person just went by with no bug net, probably looked at us like, what is going on? Because it's very buggy here. There's a little stream beside us, I think that's why. Maybe when we leave this stream, it won't be have as much black fly. I can see them all swarming behind you. There is a lot here. And much more greenery, way more into spring than even Keys Gap. So we are climbing, going up switchbacks. You can see the distant range over there. So coming out of Lakefront Royal, I guess that must have been a low point because now we seem to be gaining elevation. The trail looks a lot like North Carolina in the spring. Not too many rocks. I don't see any trillium. I just see a lot of yellow violets. Ground cover down below, and I think starflower.
It's been kind of switchbacking up now.
Pretty good steepness, huh?
It's starting to switch back up.
It's like North Carolina. It's kind of vertical, but it's no rocks. A lot of bugs right now. Sun's coming out.
Yeah.
It's not hot, but it's warmish.
So we reached this fenced area. Starts from the bottom of the road. It's kind of weird. It goes all the way up like this. Follows the trail. So far the trail's been switchbacking up. Well, we reached the top of this thing. Put a rock corn up here. There's Lori. He's coming up to it.
It's a nice area.
Yeah, we're really moving on this section, huh?
Yeah. A lot of purple blossoms. And
Yeah.
that guy said they were red blossoms.
Well, they're kind of like purplish.
Said they were called something about red blossoms. Yeah. Okay, we're stopping for lunch. We're about 2.5 miles in. The sounds of nature. There's a lot of houses around here. So there's one of the yellow survey markers. The guy who dropped us off, he said he actually built this trail in the 1980s. And he said they put posts in the ground after the government had bought land. He said we'd see them out here. So there's one over there. It's a new road, about 3 miles in. A lot of new houses, I think. Oh yeah, there's another new house up there.
There's a new house up there.
So Mosby Campground is still here. We're not stopping here. We don't need water yet. The first shelter, I mean sign.
Yeah.
Denton shelter 2 miles. That's where we're gonna take on water. So we just saw 2, maybe section hikers, maybe through hikers, we don't know. Probably gonna pass us in a second. David's gonna tire himself out before he even gets there.
This is a brick in the wall.
And I'm listening to Boston.
Oh, wow.
We're just another band out of Boston on the road.
Wow.
That one.
It's a spring here.
Spring, yeah. I wonder if we're coming up on the shelter.
Mm.
But the thing is, I don't know if that's the spring for the shelter.
Mm.
If it is, we need to get water.
Mm.
But I don't know if that's the spring for the shelter. How many? You're gonna have to put your bug net on here. They're pretty bad here. This is the spring for Jim and Molly Denton's shelter. It looks lovely. Problem is that it's only 1 o'clock. So we thought we'd stop here and stay, but it's only 1 o'clock. So probably gonna have to stealth site. Problem is I don't see a lot of places to stealth site. So it was a nice spring here at Denton Shelter. Gorgeously cold water. So we did 5 miles. It was 1 o'clock. The next shelter is another 5 miles away, Manassas Gap. So I only took 2 bottles of water here. So we think we can make it, but we don't know if the terrain's going to get any rougher than this. My feet are starting to hurt a little bit. I did take an aspirin. But we ended up carrying like extra winter clothing because it was very cold. It's supposed to get cold, 30-something degrees some of the nights. I got an extra fleece I don't normally bring. I got an extra blanket. This is weird at the spring here. There's an old jar. It looks like the top of like an old mason jar, but it's blue color. Because I saw glass under the rocks. I was like, why does somebody have glass at the spring? But then I'm like, there's a lot of chives at this intersection, so I don't know if this was a home site.
Dalton Shelter.
Denton Shelter.
Jim, Molly, Denton.
Denton
Spring.
Shelter.
We just went to the spring. Which is down this trail right here, and you can see it already.
Not far.
It's not far at all.
There it is.
It's right there.
Look on the
It's a nice looking shelter. Has a deck. Has something else too, like a must be a picnic table or something.
Pretty nice, huh? If there's daffodils here and chives, this at one time was a home site though. There's something over there. What is that? Looks like a shower.
It is a shower. It's got a shower.
Wow. So they give you horseshoes?
Yeah, horseshoes right there.
Wow. And there's a bear box.
Yeah, there's a
And a shower. A shower.
unbelievable. Just like yourself. I don't know if you have to pump the water up there. I think it just flows up.
Yeah, they're planting a lot of things, huh?
They're planting a lot of trees out here.
Wow.
The water.
Well, maybe it's off for the season. Must be off for because it's not.
Oh, it's a belt down here.
It's not hiker season yet.
I'm gonna tell you how to use it.
I don't know. The thing on top must fill up, and then it's got this thing here.
How do you get water in there?
I think it flows down from the spring. Yeah, I don't know, because how would it go up there?
How would it get up there?
Unless it's rainwater.
Oh, it must be rainwater. That's what it is.
Doesn't look like it's on yet.
I think it's rainwater, unless it's a...
So that was the privy. It's a really nice shelter. It's even got pine trees. Look at this thing. Gardens. What a beautiful shelter. Bunks.
It has all this stuff in here about this, but it doesn't have anything.
About the shelter. About the pump.
There's no motorized
We must have been
vehicle.
coming up to the road. Somebody ripped this up, knifed it. So somebody's not that happy about the AT here. Even knife cuts in the tree.
Yeah.
Back there was a few like paths in the woods, and we smelt smoke like a campfire. It can't be a wood stove because it's warm out. It can't be the houses. It's warm out unless somebody's burning brush. I think we're coming down to the road.
Could be someone burning brush. This house is down there, so.
So we got a road crossing. Looks like a back road. Where does it go?
I don't know.
Up that field, huh?
What's that field over there?
Go on the other side of the road, maybe. Looks like it goes up there. It's odd. It's like a locked gate. Whoa. Like I say, like an old field. I see an old field.
Yeah.
So there's a bench on top of this hill. It's kind of like overgrown fields. There'd be a lot of raspberries here in the summer. You can see like distant housing developments. So we just met a through hiker, but he's a flip-flopper. Said he went from Harper's Ferry to Connecticut, and then it was too cold in Connecticut. And actually when we left home it had snowed. So now he's going to Harper's Ferry south. He's going to do the other part later. So we started to come down to that highway. So we realized that that was the road we were supposed to cross, not that other road. I realized that. I didn't see that other little road on the map, so we thought we were further along than we are, but actually we have to cross that big highway. And then it's 2.4 miles up top of the next hill to the next shelter. Well, we found a campsite. And we found a spring.
Ooh.
Unmarked.
You found this spring.
I thought I heard trickling when we were up there on the hill. And then I actually thought I saw a little bridge, but actually the bridge was stone. But there was a spring here. And you can see the sandy water, so, and it's coming down from the top over there, so it's pretty good. The site we found. Luckily it's got water down there. It's way down there though. There's no path to the water. It's got a fire pit. It was supposed to rain tonight. We did good. We did 8 miles. 8 miles.
8 miles.
Another hiker came by. He looked like a through hiker, maybe or some sort of a flip-flop, probably a flip-flopper. But I don't think he wanted to stay with us. He said the site looked bigger on the internet. Said he didn't like to sleep where it sloped. But I mean, there was a lot of spots here. I think he just didn't want to stay with us, but I mean, I don't like to stay with other people either, so. But I didn't want to be rude. And he looked nice, you know. Fine. Wind. Getting quite windy now. It's supposed to get windy tonight. 40 miles an hour winds and possible hail and thunderstorms. And then I got the tent kind of half covered. It's a good thing we packed down now. We got the first dinner cooking. Dave's got the bear bag hang already up. Luckily it's a nice night. Unfortunately tonight's supposed to rain. This will be our first night it's going to rain. I just heard somebody else coming up, but anyway, I just spilled rice and sausages on my pants and it's too hot and I spilled it on the ground and thought it would attract the bear. Dave's taking advantage of like eating a lot of sausages while I'm having a dilemma here. Made it into the tent. It's our first night. Got a lot of extra clothing in this tent because it was supposed to be cold. But it's thundering. It was supposed to not thunder until 9 o'clock. So we are in the tent. I mean, it would have been better if we'd been in the shelter probably. So I don't know how this tent's going to hold up in the thunder and the hail.
Oh, it was at the shelter. It wasn't because that, this is because it was very quiet. Yeah, because about.
Yeah.
All reports are current as of
We're getting a bad thunderstorm. It's supposed to have damaging hail. Tornado could develop.
3.2. North Branch Potomac River.
Really bad.
2.0. North Branch Potomac River near Cumberland. 3.2.
Oh my God.
South Fork South Branch Potomac near Moorfield. 3.2. South Branch Potomac River near Petersburg. 4.8. South Branch Potomac River near Springfield. 2.5.
Oh my God.
Potomac River at Paw Paw. 6.3. Potomac River at Hancock. 5.3. Potomac River at Shepherdstown. 4.2.
This is reading
Potomac River at Point of Rocks. 3.2.
River heights.
Oh.
Potomac River at Edwards Ferry. 5.5.
But it's going to
Potomac
go
River
up.
at Little Falls. 4.0. North Fork Shenandoah River at Cooch Store. 3.0. North Fork 0.475 megahertz from an antenna located in Hagerstown, Maryland. The current time is 8:03 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. This is a statement from the National Weather Service. For the following counties in Pennsylvania, Bedford, Fulton, and Somerset, wind advisory remains in effect from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Tuesday. West winds 15 to 25 miles per hour with gusts up to 50 miles per hour expected.
50 miles per hour.
The areas affected include Bedford, Blair, Cambria, Clearfield, Fulton, Huntingdon, Mifflin, Northern Center,
What a trip.
Somerset, and Southern Center counties. The hazardous weather conditions are expected from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Tuesday. Impacts. Gusty winds will blow around unsecured objects. Tree limbs could be blown down and a few power outages may result. Additional details. Gusty west to northwest winds of similar strength may continue Tuesday night through much of the daylight hours Wednesday, and the wind advisory may need to be extended through that time period with later updates. Use extra caution when driving, especially if operating a high-profile vehicle. Secure outdoor objects. The 7 p.m. observations. At Hagerstown Regional Airport, partly cloudy.
Well, if I just said the other night was the most horriblest night, this is the most horriblest night. We had a really bad thunderstorm.
Yeah.
Sounded like it was hailing. The tent is flooded. Pads are floating in an inch of water. Every bag is wet. I lost my glasses last night. They were underneath Dave's pad. Sometimes I got knocked off of here. On the floor, in the dark, with a thunderstorm coming in. We're trying to find them. The lens was out. I don't know if they're going to be okay. Right now we can't find anything. Got too much clothing, but it's sitting in an inch of water, so any clothing that gets knocked out of these bags and everything that's going in the pack is going to be wet. We have nothing to wipe anything off with. It's supposed to rain some more today. It's supposed to be more thunderstorms. That probably was the worst thunderstorms ever. Our boots are in there. I don't know if they're dry. But you can see the water bottles are splashed. That pot is splashed. Everything's saturated. And they said there's going to be more thunderstorms. And it was humid. It was sticky in the bag, plus wet. Now it's cool and wet. So this is the morning of day 2. I think it's the worst ever thunderstorms we ever had in the tent. They kept warning tornadoes, hail, damaging winds. We're supposed to get winds 50 miles an hour today. So the winds haven't started yet. It's supposed to be coming, but there's supposed to be more thunderstorms today before the wind. So bottom of the tent's wet. A lot of things are wet. Got up at 7. It's gonna take us a while to pack down. The driest thing was actually the food bag, which was over that tree right there. We had a garbage bag over it, but the garbage bag over the shoes got wet. So that's our soaked pads. The problem is,
It's starting to rain again.
it is?
Feels like it.
Down at the bottom of the tent is full of like an inch of water down here. Everything under the pads was soaked. The only good thing is we're packing down before it starts to rain, although Dave said he just felt like it started to rain. Breeze is picking up. It's supposed to get 50 miles an hour winds. Now we're going to get the other thing. We're going to get winds and cold.
Now we're coming down to the railroad tracks. And so far, it's been kind of a roller coaster thing going down so far. So we think we have entered the roller coaster. So from here we're going to go up the roller coaster. Well, we're at this boardwalk here. The bottom here. Got a little like bridge walk that goes across. Yeah, went across these area right there with prickers that overgrown on top of the thing.
Yeah.
They had to duck down to get
A lot
over
of
it.
that barberry.
Going.
We came out to this highway. There's some parking. We were driving down here. He went by some parking and he told us we were going to cross. This might be where he was. I think it was. Big sign there. So now we seem to be walking a road, this Walker Ridge. We came under this highway and saw a golden, somebody had a golden that looked a lot like Jules. It looks like it's walking this road. Lots of signs, no parking, no trespassing.
Trailhead parking. Nice parking.
There's really only a little stream here, but there's quite a bridge. It's like the bridge is made out of stone. So we're going up the hill, starting up the hill.
Yeah.
Oh, we're climbing this big hill. Now the sky is getting black again. Supposed to be thunderstorms again today. Let's hope we could at least get to the first shelter before it happens. film something. I'll take a picture of you by the sign.
So this looks like it's probably the water source.
Oh, no. I don't know. Let's go in the shelter, see if there's a sign for the water thing. This kind of looks like it's a mud slick.
There's a campsite right there. Oh, this is a nice campsite. How come he said he couldn't find a flat area? Look at that right there.
No, it's nice.
That's a beautiful campsite.
No, why didn't the guy stay here? He said there was no campsites.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody was in it.
Well,
Somebody must have been in it.
we turned at that sign and we thought that was they're going into the shelter, but actually it was just the sign for the AT going this way.
Yeah. But that other hiker we met yesterday said all the tent sites here were crappy.
Yeah, I mean, look at this. This is nice. That's a nice spot over there. Nice spot right over there. I mean, there's plenty of places around here for a tent. Got the hanging pole here. There's the shelter. Got a bear pole. Yeah. It's a pretty nice shelter. Maybe that goes down to the water. Yeah, there's a sign. Spring. Spring's down there. It's got no bunk beds. It's fairly small, actually.
Eating lunch in Manassas Gap Shelter.
What are we having here?
There's
We're having lunch.
beef and chicken. Chicken one is always a little salty.
What's this right here?
There you are.
Yeah.
That'll lighten my pack by getting 2 candy bars out. There's supposed to be a 40% chance of rain at 1 o'clock and it's noon. It's quite a climb up here. Or at least 2 miles of climb. It's pretty up here, a lot of tent sites. That's a bag I was trying to dry. Kind of up on this hill. So this is the spring at Manassas Gap. We met some other people up there. They're also sectioning, doing one less section than us, but they got dropped at Front Royal, and they're going as far as Bear's Den for this whole trip. So we're going 9 miles further. Right now it's nice, but there's a 40% chance of rain at 1 o'clock. I think the guy called these bluettes yesterday when we were driving, and he said, look at all the bluettes. There's a lot of tribes.
Yeah,
a lot of tribes out here. Both the shelters were really nice. So we met a mother and son. They said they live an hour from here. So they're out here for kind of like us. I think they're 1 day shorter than us, but similar hike. They also don't know if they're going to stay at the next shelter or push a little forward. The next shelter is Whiskey Spring, but it used to be called Dick's Dome. And there used to be a dome type shelter that was taken down. Gotta get going. I don't want to take tons of flowers, but this is like a pink trillium starting. And I saw a big white flower back there that I don't know what it was. I didn't stop to film it. Some of the flowers I don't know. Because I see violets, red, purple and yellow. Those bluettes, the guy said those were bluettes. Trillium is coming. There was something else I didn't recognize. Will he offer me his flowers? Will he offer me his hunger? Again? Will he offer his hunger? Will he starve without me? Does he love me? Hot summer night, would you offer your throat to the wolf with the red roses? Did you say that to all the boys?
Well, it just started to pour on us a couple of seconds ago, so we ended up getting our raincoats on a little late. So kind of chilly, freezing kind of cold. Just came out of nowhere.
So it started to rain back there.
Yeah,
Actually started
again.
to hail. All of a sudden we got this cold wind, and then all of a sudden it started to come down like pretty hard, like bouncing around like hail. Whatever these plants are, they look like umbrellas. It's some sort of ground cover. We don't have them, but they close when it's cold. And yeah, now the sun's coming back out.
And there's blue skies.
Bizarre.
It's all blue skies now.
But there's supposed to be a cold front blowing in, and tonight's gonna be
cold.
yeah, it got pretty cold in there and chilly.
It just picked up, all of a sudden it got really cold.
I can see it's dark over there. Bizarre weather.
That was the came out. It was going this direction over the
Yeah,
trail.
it went right over us.
Now it's all blue skies over there.
So maybe we'll get blue skies now. Now the blue skies feels good.
Yeah.
Well, that was cold. It went down my back, and I opened up my thing. Stuff went everywhere. I had to grab the raincoats. I didn't know whether to get the pants. Luckily it stopped. Still on our way to, forgot which shelter that is.
We're going to a shelter.
But the next one anyway.
We're going to a shelter.
The next one.
So, what did you find out today?
Well, we talked to some local people. They're out looking for morel mushrooms. I found one outside of the school.
Well,
Well, that's not it. Now I don't see it. But anyways, the plant that I was wondering what it was, he says they're called May pops. Those ones that look like an umbrella. He said they get a white or pink flower. And he said they're poisonous, but some of them get a fruit. And a fruit is edible, but they all don't get a fruit. So they're searching for morel mushrooms. Now, I've never found a morel in the woods, but I found one at work in a pile of crushed stone in Connecticut last week, so maybe they'll find some.
yeah.
So this is it. They're everywhere. This one's closed now, but they're open. May pops. The sun is out, but we see a downed tree because we see other hikers trying to climb over it. Really, the trail's been pretty clear. This probably must have just happened. I'll be trying to squat on it like she did, but she had shorts on. Or if she had shorts on, isn't she cold? I think the other people are coming. I hear them talking to the other people now.
Oh, are they?
Yep, there's somebody behind us. There's somebody else behind us now. Northbounders. First northbounders. They came all the way from Georgia. They said there was a lot of hurricane damage, but they made it through. They made it through. Said a lot of trees were down and a lot of
I guess there was a lot of climbing
trail
like that over trees.
eroded, and it's the first northbounders we've seen on this trip. Yeah, they said there's a few of them. So there's a bloodroot. We have those at home too, but I did see some trillium, some bloodroot, starflower. I believe this is either starflower, spring beauty. There's a lot of those. So we saw some trillium. The only one that we don't have, this one I don't know. This one's got kind of like an odd shaped leaf. It's gonna flower, but I don't know what that is. But I didn't know those May pops. And those things are everywhere. There's the ones that are, there's a lot of these. A lot of violets. So it was interesting to talk to local people and find out that that ground cover, I've been looking at it for 3 days now, wondering when these little bullet-like things are. Maypops.
Well, this trail goes over this.
You want to film this?
Trail goes over this little stream right here.
That's
I was just saying, I just got done watching that walk in the woods, and I said, this looks like that stream that they walked across that they fell into. And I stepped over that rock right there. That rock, there was another rock on top of it, and it moved, so the rock slid off. I fell down, my head hit this rock over here, and I landed in that water right there.
Horrible. I didn't see it. I was back over there, so I didn't see him fall. I looked and he's lying in the water, and I went and tried to get him up. He's bleeding.
You got blood on
I
your
know,
shit.
because I
You were cuddling me.
Because I hugged you, and I got blood. There's blood everywhere.
So Lori bandaged me up.
It was the worst ever.
It was a true, like, emergency medical thing that she did for me.
That's the worst. Some up there.
We reached Whiskey Hollow Shelter after I fell in the water.
That's awful.
0.3 miles down the trail. We came from Manassas Gap, which is 4.7 from here. But we went further than that because we went from the top of the hill there.
Yeah.
So tomorrow's hike will be 8.2.
Yeah.
So it should be that. We should make that okay.
Yeah.
Looks like you're the one that injured. You got this blood on the bottom of your chin. Looks like you fell. So it's off this path down here, down there.
So we'll have to
That 0.3 of a mile, as it said.
Yeah.
That's like that little one there.
There's a tent site here if it's full.
Yeah.
There's also one over there where the road gets flat if it's full. So if it's full. Okay, this one is Whiskey Hollow. Looks pretty nice. This is a new one. So I think that's the thru hikers. We are on our second night. We are in Whiskey Hollow. It used to be called Dick's Dome. So this actually used to be the dome. I guess it was made out of plywood. It was some kind of a dome thing. We're actually set up on it. It's like a tent platform now. But we got water up top. Something on whiteblaze.net said one of these comes from a cow pasture. That was just one person that said it, so I don't know if it's true. At least the sun's popping out. So there's two thru hikers in the shelter down there, and there's two northbounders that came all the way from Georgia, and then there's section hikers that started at Front Royal yesterday, just like us. We've had quite a night here. Not to over dramatize this, but the tent got wet last night because it hailed. There was severe thunderstorm warnings, which we did get, but it went underneath between the ground cloth and the tent, so we were in like an inch of water. So anyways, my top of my sleeping bag is wet tonight, and now it's cold and blustery and windy. So the thru hikers are upstairs of the shelter. I guess they have an enclosed upstairs, and the two section hikers said they couldn't put up their tent up on top of the ridge. I guess there's another tent site up there, so they came back down here to the shelter to stay in the shelter with the thru hikers. But we're out here on this tent platform, and you can see every time the wind gusts, the tent opens, so it's constantly blowing all the time. So we both have long johns on. I don't know how we're gonna make it through the night here. It's the morning of our third day. It was really cold last night. Gusty winds, blowing the tent flaps up and down. I had all my clothing on, and the heat warmer thing in the bed is still cold. It's very cold. The sun is rising. We don't know what time it is. Can't find the clock. So pretty sore. That's the stream Dave fell in last night, but it was the one when I crossed over to Whiskey Hollow. Food bag looks okay. They had a bear bag here, but Dave couldn't line the bar up where you have to put the food bag up the bear pole. We don't have those in New England. Actually, we've never seen them before. We have bear boxes, so it's new to us. Well, it looks like everyone pulled out before us. I guess it's because it was so cold this morning we couldn't get up. Everyone's already moving. There's a logbook inside of a box.
Ready? This guy's doing a great job.
Thank you. Take care.
You too.
Have a good day.
You too. So this is the campsite. Couple that we met the other day, the mother and the son, that was a senior in high school, went all the way up to here. And it is 1.5 miles from the shelter. And we just passed the spring, so there's a spring for the shelter. It's a campsite.
That is the campsite. Wow, yeah, I guess they were. State park.
State park border. And that's the state park. And it says, except at park shelters, overnight camping is prohibited on all property between Route 50 and 17 and south boundary of Skyma Meadow State Park.
The shelter must be in the state park.
Yeah.
I don't know what state park it is. You can't read the sign.
Yeah. There's a nice bench here. Phil, place goes this way here.
Hole here.
Yeah.
Broad Hollow 6.2, so 6.2 away.
Mm.
Piedmont Memorial Overlook 1.2, so we're gonna have an overlook somewhere. The old trail in .1.
Mm.
Wow. Look at the
Is that where we're heading to? Red Hollow?
Broad Hollow.
6.2 miles still.
Yeah. I guess this is this park.
Yeah.
Looks like it says Broad Hollow there, 6.6.
Hmm.
And over here it says 6.2.
Guess they don't know what they're talking about.
Harper's Ferry is 33 miles.
Wow. Still got 33 miles left to go.
We're not in Harper's Ferry, but yeah, we still got a long ways to go. Looks like we're coming to the top of something. Buses are getting smaller. It's breezy and cool this morning. Cold last night. It's supposed to go below freezing tonight.
Yeah.
Another sign about no camping. Big field.
Big open field. Guess you can't camp here. Must be like an underground pipeline, probably. It's quite a view, though.
So we had lunch, just came out of the meadows, Sky Meadows State Park. So we had our chocolate and our beef bar. Dave's stashing his chocolate for later. So we're trying to get to, saw some more through hikers. I think we've seen maybe 5. The last 2 we don't know with the dog. They look like through hikers, but we're not sure. Saw at least 5 northbounders that did get through the hurricane area. One of them's name was Woot, but we heard that from the other 2, so we didn't ask all their trail names. So we are coming out to a road crossing. Looks like a 2-lane highway. I think it might be 55.
That's our road crossing here. 55, yeah. Trail's over there. Yeah.
Yeah, they might be dogwood. I don't know. Got a little pink. Something from the south. We definitely don't have this. We're climbing up a big hill in the afternoon. So the other two with the dog, they're also section hiking 5 days. They said they were on school break too. All the thru hikers are pushing to the next shelter, Sam Moore. So I don't know where these two are gonna go. Everybody would like to push on further, but yeah. The other two said that yesterday too, the mother and son. They probably are gonna push further today because they were out early. So we just met another trail maintainer. Said there's an invasive in here called wavy leaf grass. We've never heard of it. Said it's just getting into Maryland now, but it's eventually going to get into New England. He said it invades everything. So they're trying to take down some trees to, because it actually doesn't like sun. That was interesting.
Well, how that happened?
There's some more of those bluets, which I believe are native. They are pretty, huh? Wow.
Blue Trail.
Yeah. Wow. We don't have these either.
That section was a steep up climb. It did not switch back. It just went straight up. Relentless up. Okay, now it kind of leveled off here.
Look at all the bluets. Unbelievable. Beautiful. Yeah.
All the way down here, all the way down the trail. You just walking along.
Wow. Wow.
Okay, made it to Red Hollow Shelter. Whiskey Shelter was 9 miles away from here.
That's what I thought.
Is that where we just came from?
That's what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it was at what, 8 point something?
8.2, 8.6.
So it goes in there.
Yeah, I don't know if there's going to be any tent sites.
Hmm. Well, we reached the shelter. There's a couple of tent sites here. There's a path up here. Looks like it goes to a tent site up here. This one's more grassy, but not sure about it. Well, what do you think? Nice little spot right here.
This is our tent site at Rod Hollow. It's very, very buggy. It's full of black flies. I don't think I've ever seen so many black flies. I know when it's night they'll go away, but it's really horrific right now. Fantastic spring. That was an old well. There was a cabin here at one time. With a new spring.
We gotta get
So that was our tent site. Got these beautiful flowers. Nice shelter. So this is unusual. Someone was using these leaves in the privy, I assume, instead of toilet paper. Very odd. That's a real nature person.
Here we are. This is the start of the roller coaster. So, starting the roller coaster climb. See if it's as bad as what we already done. So far, the only main difference between this and the other parts, this has been a lot more rockier. It kind of goes up on a windy kind of turn, but it just seems to have more rocks than the other sections.
Yeah, it's more
but
pine
it's similar
too.
type of winding up.
Yeah, it's
And
more pine though.
Yeah, and we're not even that much higher. We're only 1,000 feet right now. We started at 500. We only climbed 500 feet.
But guess what? It's going to descend 500 feet. Then it's going to climb 500 feet.
Don't know how many of these there are, but we'll see.
There's lots of them. Or started the roller coaster. It's the only place that's been pine. It's very pretty. It was cold last night. Dave said somebody was playing gospel music loud this morning at the crack of dawn. Did climb 500 feet steep, and now it's descending on switchbacks 500 feet. And there's the next one over there.
Well, we went first down our first hill. So that was the first roller coaster down. Gonna start heading up our second hill, the second roller coaster. I got a little bit of a view out there. Still climbing this thing. Oh, he's way back there. It's a hard climb. Pretty much straight up. It's kind of level a little bit. Well, the trail keeps going up that next hill over there. So we're not at the top yet. But I might take a break and found this little stealth site here. Right off the trail. Lots of nice sites for camp, tent, and everything.
Wonder how many more of these we'll see for another one for tonight.
Yeah.
Problem is we don't know.
More stealth campsites up here. It's on a hill though, so it doesn't look like there's too many flat areas up there for there. But however, there is a nice bridge that crosses the stream here.
Bridge over.
Look at the stream.
And the one you fell in, there's no bridge.
Yeah.
They even put a thing on it so it's not slippery.
Yeah. Well, this is kind of nice. That's our climb.
First time on this trip we saw cliffs like this.
Well, we reached the dirt road. Trail crosses here, goes up there. Big, huge, like, parking lot right here. I think it's a parking lot. Not sure what it is. But there's another parking lot down there too. Big parking lot goes all the way up. Video going. So we're 1,000 miles from Georgia.
We didn't come from Georgia.
And with our first true hiker from Georgia.
Well, we saw some other ones.
Yeah. It's interesting rock, huh?
Yeah.
There's like a rock overhang right there.
Yeah, that's weird.
Goes across the stream right here.
There's not a lot of big rocks like that out here.
No. Still going up. Well, this climb up has been pretty darn straight up since we left down below. We saw a sign down there that said 4 miles to the bear cabin there. So, but it's been pretty much straight up from here. I mean, I've already gained like probably like 200 feet in, I don't know, about 5 or 10 minutes. So it's pretty steep. Okay, so we made it to the shelter sign and to the spring. That was a pretty helling
That last hill.
climbing
that
up.
last hill was hell.
That was hell.
The beginning of it was exciting because we saw the sign for the roller coaster. The scenery was different, but when we got to that last hill, just tired.
Yeah. Picnic table here.
And this one's nobody's at it.
Yeah.
Not like the
It's one of those.
Some people don't stay at this one. They try to go to the hospital.
Tributes up there. Yeah, nobody's here. There's the tenting areas in there. Pretty flat. It's going up pretty steep now. There's a lot of like, look at the rocks and the boulders in this area. Jeez, a crow. I didn't realize it was in Virginia. I thought Virginia was supposed to be smooth treadway. But it's not. It's like really excessively rocky. Almost like the whites and stuff. Well, as you can see, it's the same day. We're climbing. We left the other shelter. We need to get almost to Bear Den hostel, or at least close enough to it, in order to be able to get out of here on time. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to cover the miles that we do tomorrow. It's going to be too long, over 12 miles. So, the terrain is like horrific. It's been constantly climbing. We're higher than the other mountains we've been on already. I don't know how much higher it's going to get.
This is the spring on the trail. It's in this hole here. Beautiful.
Oh, bugs are bad.
Yeah, they're gonna get bad in the afternoon.
Well, it seems to have crest. I was gonna say smooth or not, but as you can see, there's a stealth site there, and a stealth site there, and a third one over there. So it's a lot of sites up here.
These hills of the roller coaster are really hard, really steep, and it's so hot. There's bugs all around us. So tired. So we passed Sam Moore's shelter. We were trying to make some mileage. It's a big hill up there. We did find this stealth site. It's supposed to be our last night. This should be our last night. A nice site by the river. Stealth site. It's quite a journey. That is hard. It was very hard. Today was a really nice day. You know, there's a lot of beautiful things, wildflowers, different wildflowers. The trail was hard. Mostly the roller coaster was hard, but it all kind of was hard. And some parts of it, you were never far away from houses. At the beginning of it, by Front Royal. You hear dogs barking and stuff. But it was a beautiful trail.
Well, it's our last morning, and we're going to be heading out today.
We're gonna have to make it out today.
We have to make it out today.
It's kind of cool out here. It's breezy.
Yeah.
No sun today.
The sky's out. Sun's not out yet. That's all. But it's clear sky, so clear skies are our last day.
It's cloudy to me. At least it's not raining.
Yeah.
That's kind of. So we broke down camp. It's our last night on the trail. On the AT for a while. It's a warmer day. It was a nice site near the water. It did get cold last night. It wasn't as cold as the other nights. I'm happy we had done it. It was hard. The wildflowers were beautiful. Saw some new wildflowers I have to look up, and met a lot of people. And it didn't rain except for the first night with the hail and the thunderstorm. Gnats are coming out though, and the gnats can be bad, certain areas.
Okay, we reached the Blackburn Trail Center, so we don't know how far it is off the trail, or if we even want to go down and see it.
It doesn't look like it's down. It looks like it's up there.
Well, we can walk a little if it starts going down. I think we should just turn around and go back. Well, Lori just pointed this out to me. There's rocks over here. I didn't even see them when I came up. Lots of them.
It's kind of like the other views we've seen on the trail.
Yeah. Not much of a view
It's
though.
not.
I guess if you go out to the end of a rock, you might see a
Well.
rock view, but it's just farmlands.
I see a roadway down there. I'm like, uh-oh.
Okay, so this is the Blackburn Hospital. Very rich Catholic one.
And a lot of tourists.
A lot of tourists coming up the trail.
Let me take a picture next to the sign.
Oh, they do have a pretty. That's their ground thing for $15.
Just stand next to the sign.
Okay.
ready?
Recording.
So we stopped at Bear's Den. It is a beautiful place, but you can't see it if you're not staying there. It has like a combination on it, so you can't even see the hiker area unless you're a registered guest. I mean, they had a privy. Looked like there was a lot of tourists there, a lot of families. But the couple we met on the trail with the 2 dogs, they got engaged last night on the trail. She had a gorgeous ring. She said he got Gerardia on the trail and they had to go home early. So somehow they must have got picked up somewhere and taken back here because they didn't finish the roller coaster. And so I said they should have their wedding here at Bear's Den, and they think they were interested. But we went off the trail to see it.
Okay.
This is the view back of Bear's Den on the 18. The road is way down there. Quite the rocks here, and I guess people come to Bear's Den to see the rocks.
Yeah. Now we reached a double blaze up there that pointed actually along this power line here. So, I mean, there's the highway and the crossing's right there. So, I think that the trail must walk along the power line here and then comes out down there because it looks like it just crosses right there.
Yeah, but what if it doesn't?
Well, we just trudged through the power lines up there, thinking that was the trail. We had a double blaze up there for the trail. But as we can surely see, nothing comes down here to the trail. There's no blazes, even when you cross the road here, to tell you which direction the trail even goes in. It's a sign for Appalachian Bear Den, though. There's nothing. There's no blazes even telling you which direction the trail goes.
No, it's just
And the power line doesn't come down here.
It's a nice sign.
Nice sign, yeah. Okay. So we reached the trail. After crossing that highway. Oh, that's why it's made for rocks. Well, we're off the roller coaster, and now we're climbing up Raven's Rock, which has been very steep, very rocky,
And it's hot.
and it's been climbing steeply.
Hot.
So you're doing like 500 feet in less than a mile, less than a half a mile, probably 0.3 of a mile.
Yeah.
So
And up, down,
yeah,
up, down, up, down.
and it's all over all these rocks and everything.
And there's a lot of tourists here.
Yeah, a lot of tourists up here, yeah.
Little kids and everything. No water.
Yeah, but it goes over all these rocks. This is what this trail's been looking like. Just like this. There's all these rocks everywhere. Big, big rocks. And it just goes steeply up. It doesn't switch back.
And it's hot.
It just keeps climbing. And it's hot. And it's sunny. And the bugs are out.
This is the Raven Rocks view. Quite a view of the green trees. Rich house. Pretty good view. Lots of people out enjoying the view. So I don't know if this is the border between Virginia and West Virginia, but there's something fell down, not maintained over there. This should have been where it is. Tired, hot. It's like 85 degrees.
Yeah, it's like 90 degrees out.
Problem is today it got hot. And we ran behind mileage yesterday. So that added more mileage on today, on top of it being hot.
Well, we reached the end of the roller coaster. So it didn't end at Bear Den. It ended here, and it starts over here.
Is that the line?
This is the end of the roller coaster.
Oh, it ended here.
So we're struggling to get back. I think today it's hot. It's the hottest day. Even though it's breezy, it's very hot in the 80s. We're in this kind of interesting pine area with a lot of sand on the trail. Finally came out of the rocks. The rocks were murderous at Raven Rocks, and so many tourists were plowing by. Some people thought we were thru hikers. Some people thought we were homeless people. Wildlife we've seen. A mouse. I did see a black racer. We didn't see any bears, we didn't see any other snakes.
Picture of that.
So we're somewhere around Blackburn. There's another one that looked like a bear cave.
160 feet.
It says it's 160 feet. My feet are killing me. It's been a really long, hot day. Looking forward to getting back. It's really pretty up here. This is one of the prettiest parts. So we're happy to see this. It's been a long day. It's been a long, hot day. We're on 13 miles. Blackburn Trail Center, point 2. And this was the prettiest part too, up here. It's the prettiest part.
Portable water, phone charging, hiking cabin with food shelter, abundant places for. So this is it. We have finished our hike. It was a hard hike.
It's very hard. We did 13 miles today.
13 miles.
Oh, it was beautiful. You know, we saw a lot of wildflowers, some we didn't know. Met a lot of people, including a couple that got engaged.
Yeah.
Saw some thru hikers. Dave fell in the river and banged his head.
Wow.
Blood was everywhere. So it was rough too, you know. It was rough.
It was a rough trail.
There was some rough stuff, you
Yeah.
know. It was beautiful though. We're happy we did it.
So
We're happy Trail Boss, you know, dropped us off,
and we made it to
we
our
made it to
destination, Blackburn Trail Center.
An absolutely beautiful center. So well kept, and even flowers. That's a hiker cabin. How cute is that?
This is the inside of the cabin. Has 4 bunks, has a stove. There should be a burnt wood on the floor though, that's not very good. 2 bunks. I guess this door is jammed up so nobody opens it. But it's decent size. Fits 4. With a stove.
I know, stove's gorgeous.
Back at Harper's Ferry, that was the hazy sunset. We ate. Trying to decide how far we want to drive back tomorrow. Dave can't figure out the directions.
It was an awesome trip. We had hail the first night. We had heat, we had hail, we had cold, we had everything.
Yeah.
But until the next time.
Until our next big adventure, hikers rule.